Hello, my name is Jordan Manis and welcome to the A-List. With me today on this edition is Bill Manis, who is a Director of Technical Services for Universal Hospital Services. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
So what made you interested in your profession?
Well, I figured the medical profession would be a very good career move, and just knowing that the technology is always changing, it would give me opportunity to continue to grow in my position.
So approximately how long have you been doing this?
I've been in the technical service profession for 27 years.
That's kind of cool. That's pretty long.
It's a very long time, and especially staying with one company throughout too. So
is the environment where you work very hectic or calm?
At times it can be very hectic. We can get very busy. We try to keep things, as calm as possible, but depending on customer demands, hospitals at very short notice might need equipment, might need servicing. So sometimes our staff are under some pretty tight constraints and under a lot of pressure, but we do our best to keep it calm and making sure we're taking care of business.
Yeah, so I see we have a ventilator with us.
Yes, this is a portable ventilator. This type of ventilator is usually used either in a home or at a long-term healthcare facility. We have other ventilators that are primarily used in medical centers, but this you can hook up to a wheelchair, so that a patient can be more portable. There's various ventilators that have different options, but depending on what is needed to keep that patient breathing, it will depend on what kind of ventilator they'll be on.
So are patients mostly the ones that benefit from this, or does anyone else receive it?
Well, we like to think that the hospitals and the long-term care facilities benefit from our services, but as you mentioned, ultimately it's the patient that's being hooked up and that's using this equipment that's going to benefit, knowing that our team is servicing it properly, knowing that their every breath is kind of dependent on it. So,
yeah. So how much do these go for? Are they affordable or?
Well, this particular model is around $6,000, so it's not cheap, and it's not something that anybody's going to run out and buy. The higher end ventilators can run into the $20,000, $30,000 range. So not something that, it's kind of like cars. You can get the lower end models or you can get the higher end.
I see. So would you say there's a high demand for it?
Yes, just about every hospital in the United States has some type of ventilators. Ventilators are also used within the anesthesia departments. So throughout the year, ventilators are in high demand. Of course, when we get into the flu season, that's when more patients are needing ventilation, so we'll see a big spike during the flu season. But then you have the other patients that rely on these every day of their life.
I see. So what kind of training do you need to be able to operate these?
Well, to operate the ventilators, you need clinical training, which is usually provided either by a clinical staff specialist or a manufacturer representative. Now, to service the equipment, you need to have more extensive training, which is usually provided by the manufacturer, or in our company, we also have an internal training process. So we're able to do it internally as well as use the manufacturers.
I see. So have you had to do the training to use these, or has someone else had to?
I've done training, both clinical and the service training with technicians. Currently, the company I'm working for, we have a training department that takes care of that.
I see. So approximately how many do you deliver in a year?
Well, we're literally delivering tens of thousands of ventilators throughout the year. They'll go out to hospitals, they'll come back in, and then we also service hospitals' own equipment. So throughout the year, we're talking tens of thousands of units coming in and out of our facilities.
I see. So how do these really function? What do you have to do in order for them to work?
Well, Most of them need power, but like for the portable ventilators, they'll also run on battery. And there's an internal compressor that'll provide the air for the patient. So it's kind of complicated, but it's also kind of simple. It's just basically generating air to give to a patient to help them breathe.
Let's see, so I'm sorry, but we're kind of out of time. So this has been another edition of the A-List. I'm Jordan Manis, and thanks for watching.